In the original Superman movie, Lex Luthor, brilliantly played by Gene Hackman, says in one scene, "Some people can read War and Peace and walk away thinking it's a simple adventure story. Other people can read the ingredients on a chewing gum wrapper and unlock the secrets of the universe." In the course of this video, a number of objections have been raised. I'm trying to do them all justice, and one of the objections that has been raised by some fairly thoughtful people is the fact that Hinduism has an enormous amount of irrelevancy tacked onto or piled on top of its undeniable brilliance. Why the multiplicity of gods? Why the multiplicity of ceremony? Why all of that crap up there with brilliant concepts like Maya or karma or whatever? What's all that stuff doing in there? It is, after all, part of the picture. Why do you need these many-armed gods? Well, my answer to that is, first of all, when you look at it from the outside with your own prejudices, it may look like a pile of garbage piled on top of a bunch of gems. But to the people who are involved with all that garbage, it doesn't seem garbage to them. And we've got to remember that the concepts of Atman, the concepts of karma, samsara, and Maya and all that are ultimately concepts themselves to be transcended. It's not really the truth behind it, these ideas. So somebody might place his offerings in front of a god with the head of an animal and with all these elaborate morality tales associated with this god. But we mustn't mistake that for being in any way different from the brilliant philosophical speculator who basically spends most of his time with his nose wedged into a book or meditating on what he's thought about, trying to apply that to his own psyche. Because the end results could very well be the same. Human minds are compartmentalized off into more or less hermetically sealed centers of self. We can't tell what's going on in another person's mind. We can't tell what sort of brilliance or what sort of spark is raised when this person does some sort of religious practice that to us is utterly meaningless. It may have the exact same effect upon him doing his seemingly meaningless, to us, religious duty as the brilliant scholar speculator. The reason why I say that is all of the spark, all of the effects of these things are A, beyond words, they're ineffable, you can't talk about them really, and B, you have no idea as to whether or not the other guy is getting anything out of what he's doing, or if he's unlocking the secrets of the universe from that stupid gum wrapper that he's reading. We can say that all this other stuff is stupid irrelevancies, but it only looks that way from our point of view. We don't know what effect it has on someone else. Now, whether or not we notice this in our day-to-day lives, the West is exactly the same. I watch maybe half an hour of television every week. And I generally zero in carefully on something that I want to watch. It's usually on PBS, or sometimes it's on the BBC or Canada's 24-hour news channel. That's about it. But when you see the variety of stuff that's on television, in my estimation of it, about 99% of it is unmitigated garbage. But it's not garbage to other people. It's only garbage because I impose my prejudices upon what other people watch and what other people get meaning out of. I've got a whole bunch of books sitting over there. That's the collection. Well, that's a tiny part of the collection. You ought to see what my house looks like, book-wise. All those books were carefully selected from thousands, perhaps millions of other books. They mean something to me. Someone else might come in and see all my books and say, I wonder how much I could get for that as a job lot at a secondhand bookstore. Maybe, I don't know, a couple of $100. That's about it. Because it's meaningless to him. Even though to me, this is the collection of a lifetime. This is my own personal canon. But it's not so much the books as the spark that they raise in me that's important. Some people might have a spark raised in them by reading a comic book. And I'm not talking about a modern graphic novel. I'm talking about a cheap comic book. Others require something a little bit more highbrow. And there's an endless number of ways that one can illustrate this tendency to see the truth or the good in life buried under mountains of garbage. It isn't necessarily garbage. Its garbageness comes from here. Thank you.